How are we doing, guys? It's another leg session. You know I'm trying to force my legs to grow, so we've got to make sure we're hitting our legs. The biggest mistake I made is not training my legs when I was younger. It's costing me slightly now, but nothing is impossible. So no matter your age, you should be training your legs. I want my legs a little bit thicker and a little bit wider, so that's why I'm hitting them twice a week. So let's not waste any more time and jump into the routine. So let's start with the first exercise, the double leg extension. I also love doing the single leg, but it can get boring at times doing the same exercise over and over again. So I like to change up my routines so the gym never gets boring. I overemphasize on quads because I want bigger quads. If you want bigger calves, overemphasize on that. If you want bigger hamstrings, overemphasize on that. Whatever you're trying to grow, focus on that. That's why I always start with my quads, because I want to really destroy them and I want to really work them throughout the whole session. This week, guys, we're really focusing on the reps. It's all about building definition in our legs. Next week, we'll change it up again. We'll go for lower reps and higher weights. I initially planned to do 4 sets, but after the 4th set, I felt like I still had something in me. So I did an extra set and it was definitely worth it. Be willing to adapt and change your routine for the maximum results. Next, guys, we've got the leg press. We still want to put a lot of emphasis on the quads. That's why we're not moving on to hamstrings or glutes or calves yet. Now you have a couple of options here. You can either do the squats, you can do the hack squat, or any form of press movement that will continue to work your quads and your upper legs. The leg press, I find it's the most comfortable machine out there and gives you great results. I'm doing 3 sets of 15 here. So we worked the front of the legs quite well, and now we're jumping onto the back of the legs, the hamstrings and a little bit of the glutes, the Romanian deadlift or the stiff leg deadlift. They both do the same thing, just named slightly different. Now I love this exercise. You can do this with a barbell or dumbbells. I think the barbell puts a little bit more pressure on your lower back. I believe doing it with dumbbells is a little bit easier on your back. So if you have any back issues, consider doing this with a dumbbell so you don't lose out on this exercise. I use my legs as a guide so I don't move back and forth. My shins are a little bit scraped up, but it's worth it because this is an absolute great exercise for building solid and thick hamstrings. Next, we're jumping onto the inner thighs with the hip adduction machine. This is a great exercise for hitting the inner thighs. Now, I only do this exercise once a week. If you feel you need to do it twice a week, you can do, but I think once a week is more than enough. And instead of doing the standard 3 sets, we're taking it up to 4 sets because we're only doing it once a week. I think it's a great exercise for hitting your inner thighs and really building those 3D legs. Next, guys, is the hip adduction machine. We're working the outer legs and the glutes. An absolute great exercise if you're struggling with the no arse syndrome. Now, if you suffer with no arse or flat arse, you need to start doing these, guys. I used to do these and I found it gave me good results, but it's always one that you end up skipping when you're in a rush or you just want to get out of the gym quickly. But things need to change now, guys. One thing I've learned, if you're persistent with something, it will definitely pay off. So we'll be hitting these once a week. I'll be reminding you to do these once a week. We're going to do 4 sets instead of 3 sets because we're only doing it once a week. Later in the week, we'll also throw in some hip thrusts to build those bigger glutes. So don't worry, guys, we've got all the parts covered. Continue training with me and we will get there. Before we jump onto abs, we're going to do some seated calf raises. Now, I prefer doing this standing, but when you're seated, it works your calves slightly different. You need to do standing and seated calf raises. Now, I find this a little bit uncomfortable, but not painful. If I found it painful, I'd do it very light. If anything causes you pain, you shouldn't do it because pain is a sign of something's not right. Uncomfortable is different, but pain is not good. Now, seated calf raises, put them in. Now something a little bit different and something unique, anterior calf raises. I have to thank ATG for this exercise. It's an absolute minter. A lot of people won't do this, but that don't mean you shouldn't. It actually works the anterior part of your calf. It's not a massive muscle, and by doing this, it's not going to make your legs huge, but it will give it a nice 3D shape. Also, the benefit of doing this exercise, it can help with any instabilities at your knee, and it can help eradicate any knee pains. It's an absolute mincer of an exercise. Consider adding this to your routine. I guarantee it, you won't regret it. Finally guys, leg raises for the lower abs. We really want to build that V and get ready for summer. I think this is the #1 exercise for building your lower abs and getting that V shape. I'm doing 3 sets of 10. You can do 4 sets of 10, 5 sets of 10. You can do 3 sets of 15. If I didn't feel this was enough, I'd just add in another set. It's as simple as that guys. That's it for today's routine. If you enjoyed today's video, like and subscribe. If you got value, make sure you leave me a comment. It lets me know I'm on the right path. I'm also offering one-to-one coaching, the link's in the description. If you don't like the sound of that, leave me a comment, let's chat, let's figure out a routine for you guys, and let's get you on your way and ready for summer. Stay blessed, stay healthy, and I will see you on the next one.